Hello. Today we're going to make Tnee Kueh or Chinese New Year cake. I've made Chinese New Year cake before many times, and I've tried once with a slow cooker and it turned out well. And this time I'm going to do it on a slow cooker again, just to show you that it's actually quite fantastic using that. Using a slow cooker is better than using a steamer because there'll be a lot less hassle for you if you're making it. You don't have to keep an eye on the steamer and keep on filling the steamer with water. And the result is that the color is also nice. And I'm also doing a bit of experiment using brown sugar. So this is the video that I made about a week ago, but I haven't loaded it yet. And we will see how you can save time and effort in making the Tnee Kueh. You will save hours and hours. Okay, let's watch my video. Hi, good morning. Today we're going to make Tnee Kueh, which is actually a New Year cake. This New Year cake is a must in every Chinese New Year, and it's a very sweet cake made from glutinous rice. It's a very traditional cake that we have, and we usually make it, and then after Chinese New Year we'll cook it in different ways. Hi, I'm Loretta Lee, Nyonyarecipe. Nyonyarecipe is a fine place for fabulous food. So don't forget to click like and press the subscribe button so that you'll be informed of all the videos that I upload. Here are the ingredients. We would need 400 grams of glutinous rice flour. We need 300 ml of plain water and 500 grams of sugar. Now what I've done is I've mixed the sugar. I've used dark brown sugar and some white sugar because I want to have the color. The original recipe calls for plain sugar, and then it takes a long while for it to steam to get the dark color that we want for the cake. We also need to have some molds. Back in Malaysia, we will use banana leaf or some cellophane paper, but here I'm going to use this is greaseproof paper. I just scrunch it and then I put a layer of cling film to make sure that the water doesn't get into the cake when we steam it. So this recipe is slightly different in the sense that I'm using a mixed sugar. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add the water. We're going to mix it up all together. Water. So you can mix with hand. Now, I'm not very sure how much of the brown sugar we need, but we can try. So this is 100 grams. This is 400. So we just mix it together. Okay, I think I just add some of this. Now we're going to add the white sugar. But I think I'll need a bit of more brown sugar to make it darker. Yeah. And then my idea is to replace whatever brown sugar that we didn't put with white sugar so that we can get 500 grams. See, it's beginning to turn into a liquid. Wait, let's add all. The color is quite okay. Let me see if I can add some more. I don't think I will add the rest of this. So let's see how many grams of sugar are these. So I'm putting this in the scale. Oops. It drops. 20 grams. I don't think I'll put this in because it will be too dark, so I'm going to replace with 20 grams of white sugar. 20 grams. So I'm going to continue to beat it, okay, until there's no lumps. Okay, so we're going to make the filling. I'm going to pour it inside. I'm going to cook it this time, not a steamer, but slow cooker. Got my good old trusty rice cooker And I'm going to cook this, the dough over the hot water called bain-marie. So I've got some hot water ready. And I'm going to pour some hot water there. You can also actually start the, put on the rice cooker earlier on. So I'm going to put this on top. I find this is the best way of cooking, making a bain-marie, and then you press cook and you continue to boil. You just cook it. Just keep on stirring it gently. The reason why I put it, cook it, is because it will shorten the cooking time when it's in steaming or when it's in the slow cooker. That's the reason why I do it. The original recipe when we made when we were kids, we will normally put it just like this, and then my mom will just put it into the container, and then we have a big steamer and we steam it for hours. And when making this, we are not supposed to say bad words, bad things like die or so difficult or whatever. If we say things that is not nice or not so positive, my mom will say, no, you can't do that. So when we were kids, we were banned from the kitchen when she's doing this, because this cake is meant to be fed to the kitchen god, you know? And we want the kitchen god to have a good yearly report on us to the heavenly god, that we are, you know, we are a good family and the children are fine and not misbehaving, blah 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 blah. That's why there's a lot of pantang. Pantang means like taboo, certain words that you try not to say when you're making this auspicious sweet New Year cake. So that's a bit of history behind it. And we would not use rice flour like this. We would be soaking the glutinous rice flour overnight. And then we will grind it in the grinder, which is like a grindstone, and it's wet. And then we will push the grindstone, you know, and it's a lot of hard work. And then the mixture, we will put it in a calico bag, and then we will tie it up, and then we will put the calico bag under the grindstone itself, the part that's movable. So we take it out, and we sort of use the heavy stone, the granite grindstone, to place on the bag, the calico bag, to squeeze out the water until, you know, all the water are drained, and then we use that paste to make Tnee Kueh. And normally we do not add extra water because the paste is wet itself. We just knead in the sugar, and then that's how we do it. And then my mom will, you know, portion it out to the containers, and we'll steam. The containers are lined with banana leaf traditionally, and it will be steamed for hours and hours and hours. And sometimes it takes the whole day, or 10 to 15. Sometimes at one time it was like almost a full day, 24 hours. So you see the mixture. Earlier on, the sugar hasn't, you can still see the sugar, grains of the sugar, tiny grains. But now with the heat, the sugar has dissolved, and the solution, the batter, has become thinner. So we need to cook this until it thickens, and then only we pour it in the container. Well, that's my way anyway, that's my shortcut way. Now here we have cooked it for about half an hour. You don't have to stir all the time. You can stir it and then you go and do something on your own, and then you come and stir it again. So it's thick now. I'm going to put it in the mold, in the tin, the steaming tin. I've already taken it out of the steamer, and I'm going to put this in the put this nicely. It's hot, so you really got to be a bit more careful. Okay. and let it here. You need to fill it up to about 2/3 full, or leave about 2 cm, because it will expand, you know, it will puff up when we're steaming it. And let it settle down. Leave it this way about. This one is already almost cooked. So the reason why I'm cooking it is because I want to shorten the cooking time, and I'm putting it using brown sugar so that it also shortens the steaming time. I realized that when we, my mother or the older folks, long ago, have to steam for a long time, is because they want it to caramelize. They want the sugar in it to caramelize. And that process by steaming is a very long process. So now I use brown sugar. Put it with a rubber band. Okay. I'm going to trim it. Yeah. Okay, and then we're going to put it in the slow cooker. I'm putting a bit of skewers to make it even, because towards the end of the edges it slopes down, so I'm going to make it even. And I've put a pair of chopsticks just to make sure that it's a bit even. And now I'm going to put in 2 of them. 1, 2, and I'm going to put another pair of chopsticks. Oh, this is too short. Is it too short? Oh, I use a skewer then. I already made some skewers to put on top. So that the third or the fourth one, this one is the third or the fourth one, whatever. I intended to do 4, but I've only enough for 3. So I'm going to put this in between here. Okay, let me check. Over here, I think it's too much. So I'm going to trim this away. I think I'm going to trim this away. Some more. So I'm going to put on top, and then we're going to put hot water. It's not that much, but not too much. Slowly we put hot water. And then we're going to cover this off. Then we're going to set to high. You set it for about 4 hours, but we need to check the water. Yeah, I think it should be done about 4 to 6 hours or 8 hours, or some people put it overnight, you know. So we'll let it do its work, and we'll get back again. So here are the Tnee Kueh, which I've taken it out from the cooker. I've done about 6 hours or so, so it's a bit dark now. You see, when it's steamed or in a rice cooker, the sugar actually caramelizes and it becomes darker. So now what we're going to do is we're going to smoothen the top. Okay, we're going to smoothen the top with some syrup. I've just put some water and dissolve some sugar in it. There's no fixed proportion of water to sugar. I just add 1 or 2 teaspoons. Okay, I think that's enough. We'll put it in the oven. Here are the New Year cake or Tnee Kueh that's out from the oven. So it's a bit dark, this one. Yeah, it's not too bad. The surface is not as smooth as I wanted it to be, but it's okay. I think the important thing is we can use a slow cooker instead of steaming, because when you use the steamer, you got to replenish the water, whereas slow cooker, you can actually do it overnight if you want, but I think overnight is a bit too long. It's about 7 to 8 hours, and I don't want it to be too long. And the color is very, very nice, very caramelized color. If you want it lighter, then you don't put so much the dark brown sugar, or don't heat it, cook it for too long. This one is about 5 to 6 hours. So you can see that it can be made with a slow cooker with less hassle, and you can use a combination of dark brown sugar or brown sugar. The proportion that I used in the video is about 80 grams of dark brown sugar to 420 grams of granulated sugar. But if you don't want it to be as dark as what I have in my video, you can actually use only about 50 to 60 grams of brown sugar, and the rest is granulated sugar. Another way to prevent the surface from having pock marks, I suggest you use the setting for the slow cooker to slow, and you can set it for about 6 to 8 hours, and that I think would be nice. And after that, you can use the method where you use the syrup to rub the surface, and then you put it in the oven. So I hope you enjoy watching that and learn something new, and I'm glad to share with you what I've learned. So if you have anything else that you want me to try, or anything else at all you want me to show you how to cook, well, I'm not good at everything, but I'll tell you if I'm not good at it. So ciao for now, and don't forget to click like and subscribe so that you'll be informed of all the videos that I produce. And of course, don't forget to share if you know anyone would like to know some basics of managing the kitchen, some basics of cooking Nyonya food. This is the right place to be in. Okay then, bye. Look forward to seeing you again. Bye.